There he is in all of his glory. Suey Award winner George Toma.
Love you, George.
The Sodfather, the Lord of Lawn, the God of Grass. It is in the news right now. In the wake of the Aaron Rodgers injury, the new head of the NFL Players Union on Wednesday called for the elimination of all turf fields league-wide, calling it, quote, the easiest decision the league can make. An hour and a half later, Roger Goodell went on First Take and said this.
In many cases, but you also have other players who like playing on a turf field because it's faster.
That's true.
So you've got a mixed opinions. What we want to go is on science. We want to go on what's the best from an injury standpoint to prevent the injuries, to give our players the best possible surface to play on. And that can't be done by my feeling of looking at a particular injury. It's got to be done with a real process and to look at it with medical experts, look at it with engineers, look at it with people on the cleats, look at it on every aspect of what can go into that injury, including the training and where a particular player is at any given time. So all those factors go into play, and that's where we make decisions on the basis of science, not because I see an injury that I don't like. Ultimately, I want our experts to come back and give it to us.
There is no greater expert than this man right here. He is the God of all turf. George, thank you.
The God of Sod.
That's right. Thank you for joining us. Just give us your overall view of what's happening right now with this controversy, George, and thank you again for making the time again.
Well, actually, I'm 94 years old, and I've been in this game for 81 years, so I've seen a lot of grass. But the NFL on playing fields went downhill 17 years ago when Roger Goodell took over.
Whoa.
Me and Roger Goodell were excellent friends. He took care of me. What a great guy he was. But in those last 17 years, maybe 12 times, we had bad playing fields. Under Troy Vincent, in his 10 years, 6 times we had bad playing fields, and nothing was done about them. And the problem started at Super Bowl 56 on a practice field for the Bengals, where we told the league the field's not ready, it's not that. But they went out to practice, and after practice they had a meeting. They said they couldn't practice on that field because it was unsafe. The players were slipping and falling and doing everything. The coach said he has to go to artificial turf practice. And I says, Coach, just wait here 2 minutes. I went and got Travis Hogan and Andy Levy and other NFL groundkeepers, and I told the coach to tell them your problem. He said, we can't practice on this field. Somebody's going to get hurt. We're going to have to go to the artificial turf field, but I don't want to go there because it's hard and it's hot. I says, Coach, wait here 2 minutes. I went and got Travis Hogan, Andy Levy, and other NFL groundkeepers and says, Coach, tell him your problem. He told him his problem. I says, Coach, I'm 93 years old, and I've been in this game 80 years. And being in this game, I've been around the world and had a lot of problems fixed. And this is Travis Hogan, the groundskeeper for the Chiefs, who in my 81 years is the best groundskeeper I've ever seen. And Andy Levy knows his voice. I says, Coach, we'll put all our expertise together and we'll have this field ready for you tomorrow to practice on. And we did. And then that Saturday after last practice, the coaches hugged me. I said, don't hug me, hug those boys. But after that, they never fixed the fields. There's problems all over all the time. I mean, last year at the Super Bowl when I got out there, I said, this field can be played on. The sod was excellent, but instead of the sod being laid on a pool table, it was laid on the plowed up sod farm, humps and bumps. And the 4 practice fields couldn't be played on because they were all bumps and humps and things
George,
like that.
George, we covered this with you last time you were on with us, and you were
Okay.
very
Yeah,
strong.
we hate Eddie Mankin.
We are so down on Eddie Mankin, and,
Right.
and we know that you have some problems with this, but we need your expertise because the Super Bowl was a disaster, and it's not your fault. You were embarrassed by it, and you tried to do everything you could to prevent it. But you
Right.
just said that the fields have gone to under Goodell for 17 years, and I want to hold
Right.
I want to hold your feet to the fire here. Artificial turf, dangerous for the players, more dangerous, yes or no?
Well, it's who maintains it and how you maintain it is up to you and the team. But you have to maintain artificial turf that you like to do grass. But grass is better for the players. And I'll just say something now, that this past year was a bad year for the NFL on grass. They had the bad game field, practice field, but they also had bad grass in Germany and bad grass in Texas. In our shop talk, Eddie Mangan said the grass in Germany was trash. And the way he put it, he says the grass in Germany was like trash, like Wayne Ward is trash. Wayne Ward is the groundkeeper for the Tampa Bay, and he hates him. And then, and from other sources, they said the field in Germany was bad. Plus, from other sources, the field in Texas was bad. But bringing this up with Roger Goodell, it didn't help. I'm under a little depression because for the last 2 years now, Roger Goodell hasn't talked to me. I mean, I didn't murder anybody. If you murder somebody, they still talk to you. But this put me in a depression. I'm fighting for a safe playing field, and the last few years they didn't. And in my book, they don't care. But Roger and Goodell was close. But when I told him that Troy Vince is not doing the job in his last 10 years there, and the league's not doing to have safe playing fields, and he just blew me off. But here, not to talk to me in 2 years or go over the situation, that's
It is. I agree with you. So the NFL has both a
Toma!
grass problem and a Roger Goodell problem, it sounds like.
Well, Roger Guy, I was close, but when I think he got mad at me when I says Troy Vincent didn't do the job. When he first took over the job, he was in Canton, Ohio, and the bad artificial turf, the logo, they had to cancel the game. The next day he went on TV and says, I'm new on this job and this will never happen again. But it did happen again. They went to Mexico Council, and under his last 10 years, 6 times the field was bad. Did he ever talk to me? No. I don't even know what the guy looks like. But see,
What the hell is going on, George? What's
together.
going on here, George? What's going on? Like, what? How are you getting boxed out? You've been working 8 decades with grass.
Well, they just don't give a damn. You know, they have to get together. And I would like to talk to Roger Goodell, but I said this in many interviews across the country and the world. I said the only way this will get settled, if I, George P. Toma, can meet with the players union, the owners, the coaches, and even NCAA that play on these fields, and get all these people together and let me talk to them and tell me what the problems were, and I could help them to alleviate this problem. But you think that'll ever happen? No, because
No,
who
it
am
needs
I?
to
I'm
happen.
just
It
a
needs
little
to happen.
It needs to. They're
happen.
scared.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Does George P. Toma need to get a meeting with the owners, the players, the coaches, and the NCAA?
Hundo P.
Yes, and everybody. George, we love you. You're right. Close us out here. Punctuate the segment.
Okay, well, one thing I like to say, if they don't do it, we have to take it to the government.
Yes.
We have to take it to the government because of the poor playing conditions, and they don't give a damn.
For Cooper Cup.
Yes, they're injuring the players, George. They're injuring them.
Because they don't give a damn, Dan.
They
No, they don't give a damn, but the only one that's going to do them is George P. Toma having a meeting, and if they don't listen, we go to the government and let the government bring it in. And they've been doing that for the last 17 years. And Roger, I don't know why you hate me. For the last 2 years, you haven't talked to me. We were such good friends. We could have settled this problem years ago.
Like gentlemen.
But just like Troy Vincent, don't care, have a bad playing field, and I saved his fanny, and sometimes they didn't give a damn, like the Super Bowl 50, where the field was bad, and I say, and people say it was sabotage.
Preach.
And who cares? But who cared was
Can't
Ned
stand it.
York. He had Ned York hired a man to investigate this because he was so perturbed because it was played on his field. And
Set
they
it
found
straight.
out what everybody know, that they screwed it up and they didn't give a damn, and it could have been sabotage.
Oh,
But again, we have, if they don't listen to me, but I can straighten them out. And I think the only way is take these people to the government, and have bad working conditions.
Yeah.
And
Set it
they
straight
are,
this
and
Watergate.
I'll prove it.
he will prove it. Put it on the poll, Juju. Was it sabotage? And also put on the poll, did George P. Toma save Troy Vincent's fanny? Thank you, George. We appreciate it, sir. Always good catching up with you. We will talk to you again.
We love you.
Well, thank you to everybody and all those fans out there. May all your good fortunes be as numerous as blades of grass.
Yep.
But remember, it be natural grass, as the natural grass field is at Arrowhead Stadium. The best I've ever seen.
Thank you, sir. You're the best we've ever seen.
God of Sod. God of Sod. God of Sod. Join us, George. God of Sod.
Yes.